puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the tray, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, the win the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yep. Welcome to the fucking post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And joining me today is New, with probably the funniest name I've seen all year. New, how you doing this evening?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Outside of the fact that I just had to watch play basketball. But they did that, and they lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 125-115, snapping what was a previously 4-game win streak against some pretty good teams. And I guess you could say Miami kind of played well in this game until they did it. Like, at no point in time did it feel like Miami was playing the game that they wanted to play. This game was always being played on Minnesota's terms. Anthony Edwards was cooking early, but he wasn't even the biggest problem in this team in this game. I think the biggest problem that came from this game was kind of the combination of Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, and and Julius Randle fucking up shit. So, New, I know you didn't watch the game. Do you mind if I talk to the whites first?
No, I just you said Naz Reid. I just want to say Jersey, but white men, you may talk.
Sure. So pulling up one time for the one time, we got my boy Stone, and we got Donardo, who's apparently leaving the arena. So I'm gonna start with Donardo tonight. Donardo, I genuinely care. How are you feeling right now?
No, you don't give a shit. Happy Black History Month.
Thank you, white man. I'm thanking you on behalf of all the blacks. What was this experience like for you inside of the arena? Because to be honest with you, it felt like Miami was competitive for most of it, and then shit just kind of fell off the wheels. Like they lost control of Julius Randle in the third, and then in the fourth, Minnesota just kind of closed it. Just tell me what your perspective was from the arena.
My complaint is that I'm an idiot, and I continue to spend my money on a team full of players who doesn't give a shit. It's like, why? That's why I'm not even mad, because I'm the dummy here. Like, what the fuck did I expect? I thought we were going to beat Anthony Edwards. I thought we were going to beat Rudy Gobert with Nikola Jovic, who's soft as shit. I'm a dummy, but that's nothing new. New year, same man. What are you going to do?
I honestly didn't think Nikola Jovic played that bad tonight. I thought he was cool.
He was terrible. Are you serious?
I don't know. No, like he was terrible shooting the ball
so easily. Yeah. His rotations in the zone was disgusting. It's like he didn't know how to close out to any shooter. He was awful today.
Yeah, I think defensively the whole team was pretty bad. But in terms of like players who I expect to play defense, he doesn't qualify. So like his defense didn't really like move me much. He was bad tonight. But I do think that they missed Jaime Jaquez sorely in terms of that bench unit. Stone, what were your thoughts from the game?
Yeah, I think you were kind of talking about it when I first came up here. Kel'el Ware versus Rudy Gobert was a poor matchup. And I think that kind of going back to our last stream where we were talking about Kel'el Ware expectations, tonight was a good night for people to realize the limitations of those expectations. When he faces a team where his height isn't automatically, advantage, where it's not something that he's imposing on the other team because they have height as well, you shouldn't really expect all that much. And like, I'm not blaming him for them losing tonight. I think that honestly, all things considered, you got what you should have expected out of Kel'el Ware in this matchup. Would I've liked to seen a little bit more? Yeah, but it's not what I'm expecting at this point. So all in all, it kind of just came down to Minnesota was more physical than them. I think you're right that without Jaime Jaquez, the team struggled a lot. I thought it was really interesting that Jakucionis was kind of the first player they brought off the bench to try and fill that void. I didn't think he was particularly good tonight. Um, but what are your expectations there? And then as far as Jovic goes, I thought overall like he was cool as well, but he did make that one skip pass in the fourth quarter that got intercepted by Dante DiVincenzo, and that was one of the worst decisions I've seen from a Heat playmaker all year. So like point Jovic talks, they're dead in the dirt to me. I don't ever want to hear those conversations again. Davion Mitchell had a really bad turnover tonight too. I think a common theme in these post-game shows for me is this team's always going to struggle when they don't have a true point guard, and they're not getting away with it, at least because they're not dominating their ISO possessions. And so that was kind of the story tonight, was Norm Powell couldn't get shit going in isolation. And there was no Jaime Jaquez to kind of bail them out on that end either. And so where are your shots supposed to come from? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of great points made in there, and I think the Kel'el Ware thing is kind of one of the ones that's going to be highlighted the most, but shouldn't be. Like I think people are going to talk as if Kel'el Ware has kind of regressed in some way, shape, fashion, or form over these past couple of games, and I don't think that's been the case. I think this is just kind of part of the growing process with him. I think it's part of it, and you're right about him and centers where he doesn't have the natural height advantage. He tends to struggle. Like guys like Mitchell Robinson gave him a little bit of trouble, and guys like Rudy Gobert, savvy guys who's been in the league for a while, and they can match him kind of like from the physical aspect. Like he does tend to struggle. Here's the thing about me and getting disappointed with this team. I don't expect anything. Like I expect this team to be what it is, which is kind of like some middling version of what they've been for the past couple of years. A team that's trying to blend two timelines still, that's trying to convince people that they want to win while fielding a roster that is incapable of doing so. So like I don't know, like maybe I'm tripping in terms of like losing expectations, and it's making the games easier to watch for me. You didn't watch tonight, but I know for a fact that you have watched some games. Is that kind of how you've been contextualizing this season, where it's like, I know they ain't good enough, so my expectations for this team aren't at this super high level?
Precisely. I don't have any expectations. I hope they all have fun. I won't, but I hope they do. Because it's not going to amount to anything. So why have expectations? You know what I mean? Like, this team, they are who they are. They didn't get any better in this offseason, in my opinion. So yeah, they have a bunch of guys who don't fit. They have a bunch of guys who still need another guy or two. And what do they call them? They're a ragtag bunch. That's what I think they are. And
The
that's
bad
that.
news bear.
Yeah, that's not a team. That's just a collection of guys. And I don't say that to be disrespectful, but when this guy is just like a repeat of this guy and this guy's a repeat of that guy, but just worse, that's not a team. So that's how I see them. I don't have expectations, but I hope they have fun.
That's an interesting way of putting it, because it does feel like they're pulling variants of previous failed iterations, like Davion Mitchell feels like Gabe Vincent, Simone Fontecchio, sorry Duncan Robinson, Kel'el Ware, garbage Hassan Whiteside, or not garbage, obedient Hassan Whiteside. Yeah, I'm looking right at you. But the guy tasked with leading this team has to be talked about. We got to talk about Bam, bro, because at this point, like, it ain't even. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to even know. I don't know how I feel about Bam. I still value him as a player. I still value what he brings defensively. But I'm starting to look at this nigga and be like, hey, bro, it ain't it. It just ain't it. And how are you kind of like, how are you looking at Bam's season so far and what you've seen from him as of late?
Way too inconsistent offensively. Can you even hear me? It's kind of loud here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, he's too inconsistent offensively. It's like, you get in this max contract next year. Put up or shut up, bro. What do you have? 12 points today on 13 shots? Like, if that was Tyler Herro, we would be going crazy about it. I feel like he deserves the same type of, well, now maybe not, because at least you get the defense with Bam. But not tonight, It's like there's too many nights I feel like he gets let off the hook offensively. Like, nah, man, it's time to have a real conversation here. It really is. Before that contract extension kicks in, you're not going to be able to move him. Not that they're going to try, but, like, it's too much money, man.
And you seen the reports today where it's like, I forgot who the report was released by, but it was like teams asking for Bam around the league are getting told hell no by the Miami Heat. And I ain't gonna lie, like Stone, I was squarely in that camp. Hell, the beginning of this season. I'm at the point now where you can't be hanging up the phone on people asking about Bam if you're not going to get consistent high level production. His $50 million, like, I don't think he's overpaid. Even next year, I don't think he's overpaid as a max player. I think that he is miscast on this roster like everybody else as some kind of leading offensive man, and he's not capable of being that. He can be a $50 million defender for somebody else. Oh, hold on. My bad, Kane. I didn't see you back there. Pardon me. Pardon my rudeness. We got the chairman of the Kane gang pulling up one time for the one-time Kane. Ricky J. Mark, how you doing this evening, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. I think, honestly, as members of the basement, we should be proud to see that one of our own absolutely destroyed the Heat the way they did tonight. Kendall dropped 33 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists today. And listen, I thought he was more football oriented, but the brother could hoop. The brother can hoop, and now I understand who's low-key sending all those high-priced donos. It's coming straight from the league paycheck. So, hey, I'm all here for it. Go on, brother. Keep on hooping. I don't know how you balance handling your business in the 305, Mr. Vice Mayor, while at the same time playing all the way in Minnesota. But, man, listen, bro. You one of them ones. I respect it.
I'm clipping that shit, and I'm sending it to Kendall tonight.
They're the same person.
Close. I ain't gonna hold you. Stone, I just want to hear your thoughts on the Bam conversation so far, bro. Like, we're just talking about
we're talking about Bam?
Yeah. It's the disappointment of the offensive shit, and it's getting to a point, or it's beyond a point where his defensive prowess can now justify the offensive inconsistencies. Stone, how are you? Because I know you at first you've kind of like vacillated back and forth on this topic over the course of the years.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that that you guys kind of had the Bam. I'm not going to say you had the realization tonight, but like that it's coming up tonight, because what came up in my head is like, damn, this team's really about to extend Tyler Herro. I get that feeling because like when they chase someone out of town, like it would already be being leaked to the media that they're not happy with something that he's doing or whatever. Like I just had the sinking realization that Herro's getting extended. So in that world, like I'm all for resetting your timeline, getting younger. But I wouldn't just do it for anybody. Like if Bam can net you a star or the asset, like a ton of assets to eventually go get a star on maybe a younger timeline, like I don't see how you can hang up the phone anymore. I value Bam's play. Like I think that there's a lot of really valuable things he does, but like he steps out tonight to go guard Bones Highland and Bones Highland drives by him. Like I'm not getting the, best defender in the NBA defense that I thought I once was getting. And, maybe I'm just picking a moment in isolation, but like that was just something that stood out to me. He's like, damn, Bones Highland can drive past Bam Adebayo. And Bones Highland's a solid player. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm used to Bam being able to clamp 1 through 5, your best player. And like, I didn't see him step out to Anthony Edwards tonight. So 33 points for him. There was nothing they could really seem to do to get Ware off of the Gobert matchup, or if there was, they didn't try it. it kind of just felt like Bam was out there guarding Nas Reed at times, and even he had a big night. So like, I don't know, or maybe it was Jaden McDaniels that he was guarding a little bit, who didn't have such a big night. But I think they're at a point where they need to just like they can't just be hanging up the like. There's not a player on this roster that's worth them hanging up the phone over. Like they should be listening to everything. They're kind of at an inflection point. I would have said they were at that point last summer when it was evident that Jimmy Butler wasn't going to be here. But if it's not even more readily apparent now, I don't know when it ever will be. And they're just going to continue to take losses on their assets. Like, I just want to see them sell high on a player one time.
Yeah. So, okay. So, listen, I just want to be clear here. Like, I'm not at this point. Like, nobody wants Bam. Bambi is a bum. Like, I'm not at that point. I am here though. Bam averages 17 points a game. In today's economy, that shit's pedestrian.
Norm gets you 24 a night.
And this is what I'm saying.
All he does is
like,
shoot.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, look, I get it. I'm still going to give Bam grace because of what he does on the other end of the ball. But to Stone's point, on nights like tonight, we're not getting that. Julius Randle was going to fuck off in the third quarter, and we couldn't deploy Bam to kind of cut his water off in that regard. And I consider Bam to be a better player than Julius Randle. Like I've been on that train for years because I'm not a fan of Julius Randle. But tonight, Julius Randle was the better. Yeah, tonight Julius Randle was the better player. Like, and that's just kind of how it looked. Where are you with Bam at this point? Are you still confident that he could be like a key piece on this team moving forward, or like are you starting to lean towards what he do offense or what he does defensively isn't enough to make up for what he's lacking offensively?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched a Heat game. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
I haven't watched a Heat game since like whenever before Royal went on vacation. So I don't really know too much of what Bam has been doing. And even when I was quote unquote watching those games, football was probably on. But I'll say this. The way I view Bam is this. He's miscast in his role. And I'm not excusing if he averages 17 points, that's not enough. He should be at least a 22 points per game scorer at this point, consistently. But I'll say, like I said, he's miscast in his role. He's a big man who needs guards. And I'm not anybody on this roster can go. And that's Spo, Bam, Pat Riley, anybody can go. I'm not attached to anyone to the point it's like, well, you can't move. I personally would hold on to Bam because I don't think you can get a star. Bam's not a player you can get a star for. I don't think Bam, you can't trade Bam and Giannis 1-for-1. Like, even if it wasn't money and blah, 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 blah. No, Bam is the piece you want to have when/if you can get the star. The problem is Miami's never gotten a star. And I think that might be a reason why I don't really get too hung up on what he quote unquote does or doesn't do, is because he gave them the guy twice. Bam gave them the guy twice who would make him look good at this point, where you wouldn't have the complaint. And neither time did they do what was needed for him and them. So it's like, hey, collect your max, be garbage. I'd rather see Bam get overpaid than Tyler. Yeah, and that's really where I'm at with it, because I understand basketball enough to know Bam with Donovan Mitchell right now looks different. And he gave them Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell was on the platter. All they had to do was trade for him. Donovan Mitchell told us himself, I thought I was coming to Miami. Like, Achilles injury aside, Bam looks different right now with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard told the entire NBA, I'm only going to Miami. They didn't do it. So I can't really say a guy who doesn't have a singular complementary piece. Like, both of your best guards, Tyler and Norman, are simply scorers. Davion Mitchell and Pella Larson are the two best guys at getting Bam the ball, and that shouldn't be life for Bam. So, and I'm not excusing him because at the money he makes, he should get his own. Like, you got to get 22 on your own. Be a man. What do you tell him? Nah, you want to be a man, right? You got to be a man, but
man, right? You tough, right? Oh shit! You just stopped talking. My bad.
No, I was reading the comment, but that's where I'm at with it. So I think it's like I said, it's two sides. He got to be a man and toughen up. And Bam every night should be like, I got my 23, y'all niggas lost. That's where it should be with him. But so yeah, talk bad about him, but it is what it is. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I think D Master is kind of like articulating in the comment section where it's like we know who Bam is, and that's cool. That like we've kind of come around to like understanding who he is, but I don't think us like in this network in particular. I don't think we've kind of had in-depth conversations about kind of.
I'm
like,
with that freak, man. Sorry,
let's see. It's okay. Dr. Nasty, he said with the $5 donut, appreciate you, brother. He said Tyler for Trae Young, they both can't play defense. I've been on that. I've been on that for a while too, bro. Like, I think Trae Young provides something to this team that Tyler does, and he provides something that Tyler doesn't do. No, Stone, we ain't going. Yeah, I've been on that. King Ricky, I know you came in at the beginning of the conversation, but I don't think we've heard your thoughts kind of on the Bam conversation that we've been having. Want to hear you, like, how are you contextualizing Bam right now, like it with the money, all things considered?
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
I do.
Oh, Bam went 5 for 13, and you know, like Norman got his shots up. Same amount. He made one more shot, finished with 21, got to the line 8 times, made 7 free throws. That suggests aggressiveness. Bam had to deal with a front line of Julius Randle, Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert. All three together, they make 2 defensive players, and he's still all, you know, just got that. But whatever. I mean, I think we're long past the point of agonizing over Bam's production, because like I think both you and Nunu said, like, he is who he is at this point. You know, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, if Miami, like, watching this game, I'm like, well, I don't see them winning this tonight. This was like late in the third, early fourth. I'm like, no, they're probably not going to come back, because the other side has a guy that Miami doesn't have, a legit go-to that can like slow down the game, get his shots, and command a game. Right. Want to thank Scale Daddy, the 22nd or the 22nd. I just said the same thing twice. Whatever, for the $50 dono. I'm now Dr. Nasty, owner of Horn E Properties and Freakman INC. What does INC stand for? That's my question.
I didn't hang
In that cookie.
That's disgusting. It shouldn't be said in front of company. Well done. I love that. In that, okay, that's just wow. That's horrifying. All right.
Oh, you talk about Stone.
Yes, sir.
Stone left. He didn't hang up. He just left. I'm sorry. Finish eating your food.
His drug dealer called him Lex.
Oh, no,
sorry. Me and the young king was having a discussion over here.
I legit wanted to know the young lion's thoughts. I was,
No. He was saying somebody left the show. He was just commenting that Stone left.
Oh yeah. You know,
he said white people don't get to clock out early.
Yeah, like what's going on here? You allow niggas to do this on your show? Like,
yeah. Well, this is a reverse sundown town, so Stone figured it'd be safer to leave now before something happened. If you know, you know. It bees like that in the trap sometimes. But no, look, Bam, whatever. I mean, I know that's like a low hanging fruit. That's like an easy. I know fans out there are going to be like, man, if only Bam produced more. That's not where they lost. I mean, like Kel'el gave you pretty much the same production and three less assists and turnovers. Like, obviously they have different roles, they do different things, right? But I mean, the only reason the game ended at 10 was because of like a late flurry. It wasn't because like, if Bam had only scored 10 more points, they would have lost by 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So speaking of roles, like I wanted to talk about Jaime Jaquez a little bit because I think tonight kind of showed like how important he is to what Miami tries to do on a night in, night out basis. Even though like he can't shoot and none of that shit, and I think that his game is very limited in terms of like how effective he can be throughout the course of an entire season. You saw tonight what he does for Miami. He's one of the primary catalysts behind pushing the pace. And without him, that bench unit just kind of went to shit very quickly. We got the half a King Jordan pulling up the quarter King, as we call him in the basement.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, one thumb is enough. Quarter King Jordan, how you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Josh Hart agrees.
Josh Hart.
Same lineage. Want to hear your thoughts on kind of like the game tonight, and then you can talk a little bit about. I was pivoting to Jaime Jaquez, so you can talk about Jaime Jaquez, how important he is, how shit he is, whatever. Floats your
Can I
boat.
just talk about Jaime? Because I'm be honest, I watched like 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Sure, go ahead, bro.
I forgot the game was on. I guess in regards to Jaime, yeah, I mean he's bounced back this season. He's definitely shown he's more important to the team as far as the off the bench. I don't want to say leader, but like the hub of the bench unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for the anime people out there who've seen, there's a show called Kuroko's Basketball, and the main character he can't shoot for shit, defend for shit, he can't really do shit. But what he can do is basically he can make that ball fly around the court. You know what I mean?
So he's Nikola Jovic.
Don't
he don't
disrespect.
dribble at all. He touch past that bitch.
He is the hub of the offense, but he don't do shit but touch pass. And
that's it.
And it feel like the same with Jaime. Now Jaime can obviously score a little bit, but it just feels like the bench is a little lost whenever he don't play. So
I think one of the primary parts of it, it's not just his scoring that the bench unit missed, it's his playmaking.
Yeah.
That they were missing as well. And
he feels like the adult in the room, kind of.
Yeah. And you try to replace that with somebody like they shot Kasparas into the lineup a little bit more. And you can just tell bruh's not ready to kind of do this.
He has his moments though.
He does have his moments, and I can appreciate that. Dr. Nasty with the $20 donut, he said he got too many hubs. They need a deliverer. I agree.
Oh, he is not wrong about that.
Yeah, I agree. They say don't disrespect your boy Jaime like that. It's not disrespect to Jaime, bro. Like
to call him a hub, I call him an important part of the team.
Yeah, it's just he's an integral part to making the second unit function, and without him, they try and put that role in different people's hands. So they'll try Nikola Jovic and they try Kasparas Jakucionis, and none of those guys can quite fill that role to the same level that Jaime does right now. So like, there's a natural slippage that comes with the bench unit, and then Simone Fontecchio gets in the game and he ruins everybody's night. So like, I realized how important Jaime Jaquez is, and like I don't know if I like Jaime Jaquez as a player. I'll just say that flat out. Like, I'm not the biggest Jaime Jaquez fan, but I do understand kind of what his function is within this team. Look, we got another game tomorrow, so I'm finna stop the show. Like, just flat out. I might talk to these niggas after the show a little bit, but I'm finna stop the show right now because it ain't really much to talk about with this game. I think this was a scheduled loss against one of the better teams. Miami put up a good fight early, and then they allowed Minnesota to kind of dictate the terms down the stretch. And we saw some of the same flaws that we've all known about for the entirety of the season. I guess the overarching point is, do not spend your time looking at this team and allowing them to make you angry because you think they're championship caliber. They are not. This is not a championship caliber team. This is a rebuilding product. And in all honesty, it's probably going to look a whole lot different next year. Like, just in terms of, like, you're right, Ricky. It's not. It's going to look the same.
Hi, Ricky.
Huh?
Hi, Dad.
Hi. You were saying hi to Ricky?
Yes, sir.
Oh. He said, what's up? Yeah, but either way though, like don't worry. Tomorrow we'll get another opportunity to watch this team play somebody. As a matter of fact, let's talk about that just a little bit. They play the Pelicans, and oh, look at you! Happy New Year, Miss Lynette. Always love, baby. Appreciate you for tapping in. So yeah, let's talk about the Pelicans game a little bit for tomorrow. The girl feeling good? You don't care. Football will be on.
The girl don't care.
You say the play-in is eternal for this team. Listen, the Miami Heat have become synonymous with the play-in tournament, and I don't know if that's like a title that fans should be proud about wearing because they always seem to sneak into the playoffs. But the fact that they always wind up in play-in territory lets you know around the area that they are. Like when you think about and when you talk about teams like Atlanta and Chicago, you should not be looking at them as lesser organizations or lesser teams than Miami Heat. They are on par. They are the same caliber of team. Miami just had the luck of the draw a few times, and they had Jimmy Butler. King Ricky, the boy feeling good about the game versus the Pelicans?
Yeah, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. The Giants are playing the Cowboys tomorrow at 1 on Fox, followed by the Rams and the Cardinals. You see, the thing about this situation is the Giants have already pretty much been eliminated a couple of weeks ago. And, it hurts. But at this point, it's just like, what are they playing for? Maybe pride. I don't know. I don't know if the Rams-Cardinals game will be televised on this coast. That I'm interested in checking up, especially after that tough loss to the Falcons last week. Or last Monday. That shouldn't have ended the way it did, even though if I remember correctly, they did come back in that game. Still, that's not acceptable considering the Falcons are now 7-9. I don't know if they're necessarily a wild card team per se. I will defer that knowledge to Nu, who knows more about football in her left arm than I do in my entire body. We see you, Queen. Let's see what else is happening. I mean, the Packers. Well, we used to have a fan of the Packers in the network, but he's on vacation. They're playing the Vikings, who are 500. That might be worth watching on CBS. Huh? What happened? What's up?
What you mean used to, Kang?
Correct. Okay. Jeez, it's actually a shame. This is unrelated, but this is a shame because the Lions are playing the Bears, who are 11-5 somehow, thanks to the Rams a week or so ago as well. Or was it the Rams that they beat? I think it was the Rams. I should keep track of that a lot better. The Lions are playing the Bears at 4:25 p.m. tomorrow. From what I understand, the way they've been marketing these games, there's some major playoff implications coming out of tomorrow. The Lions are an unfortunate situation. It appears as though their championship window may have closed, given that they are 8-8 with only a few. I think it's like a couple games just left. Oh no, 8-8. That's 16. How many games are in an NFL season now? Is it 16 or 18 or 17?
17.
Oh, 7. So this is their last game of the season. I honestly couldn't tell you what the wild card situation looks like for them if they're even qualified. I'm still relatively new to this. The Chiefs are cooked. We all know that in a bad way. And I don't care about the Dolphins because I don't celebrate teams that hold moments of silence for dead white nationalists. So
did the Knicks hold a moment of silence?
No, they did not.
Oh,
and
okay.
neither did the Mets. I'm not a Yankees fan anymore.
Somebody D must have said my son keep glitching in and out of the camera, and it's funny as hell.
Man,
bro,
you're getting big.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
In and out.
Yeah.
And your thing back there.
Oh, my controller, the piano. Yeah.
Before
Ricky
you know
talking about football. Ricky talking about football on the basement. Well, I guess Ricky, we've known each other like right after my son was born. So like we've known each other since he was like an infant, which is crazy. But Ricky talking about football on the post-game show is a new one.
Yeah,
Jordan, the boy feeling good about the game tomorrow?
I will be watching future Miami Heat players Herb Jones and Trey Murphy.
This is crazy. Have my body.
So I don't really care.
Like when I do this, I'm invisible. Yeah, I just did that, and now
I'm gonna let Lex coach.
You see me? Now you don't.
Okay.
Black men in tech, we love to see it.
You feel me? All right. Thank you guys in the comments. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you that the Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck, as you talking about. I don't care about what they got going on. I will always have faith in them to be able to bounce back. I don't have faith in them to be able to bounce back, but y'all know I do it for the culture. So thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been.
One more thing, Rachel. I'm sorry, Adam. Wait, did I?
No. We you did, but it's okay.
No, my bad. I'm texting Rachel
but
right now.
Ricky, please.
Please.
I do not.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I want to talk about. Go ahead.
I'm not saying anything about anything illegal happening in the world right now. I'm not going to bring up anything happening in the Caribbean. I promise. I'm not going to say anything about 2003 being repeated. I'm not bringing that up. That is not why I'm here. Free Palestine.
I want you to get in the mic. And I want you to say, you can yell it. Say, play the video, Daddy.
Play the video, Daddy.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We